Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of these crazy fools that just keep eating meat and can't stop talking about it. Today, I got a couple of the usual suspects, plus from all the way on the other hemisphere, I got the Bart with us. So Bart's signing in from Command Central Kiwi Zone, and
That's right.
today,
Meat Militia Central. Yep.
Meet Militia Central.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about dealing with New Year's resolutions. People changing their diet, people working on their fitness or going to the gym or uh, putting down the needle, whatever it may be. So today, well, I got obviously a panel of experts on how to improve your life here. So, anyways, have you guys been doing much coaching lately?
Just had one about
Yep.
an hour ago.
Yep. It was a good session, wasn't it, Coach?
What? That
It was
was I loved it. I hope you enjoyed it.
I really did, Ray. I was actually very, very impressed. Ray sent me an email a few days ago saying, you've been almost carnivore a long time, and I'd really like to coach you to get all the way there. And I said, all right, you're on. And today was our first coaching session, and we did it live, and we broadcasted it live for the punters to learn something from and to enjoy. And we're going to do, quite a few of those, I would imagine. I've committed to giving Ray a month. He's committed to giving me a month, and we'll see if we can meet some goals. So this topic today, Thomas, is right in line with New Year's resolutions and stuff. I've got started. I've put down the bottle. So I'm 4 days. I know I'm 4 days dry now. Yeah. I have put down the pot. I haven't touched any of that for some time. What else has happened? I have not had anything that has come from a plant past my lips since midnight, or slightly before midnight, on the 31st of December. So
When you
4.5
say
days into it.
nothing, are we just talking about food, or are we talking about inhaling stuff?
I haven't done any of that at all, Thomas. None. Yeah, I've been completely clean. So it's been meat and animal fat for 4.5 days. And the goal at this point is for 31 days in January. And then there's no reason why it shouldn't continue after that if I can last that long, which obviously I believe I can, being fully self-disciplined and militarized as I am.
That's right. And don't forget the alternate day fasting.
Yes, and that's the other thing. We're going to be eating every other day. So
one meal every other day at that.
Yes. So that's instead of OMAD, it's OMA every other day, whatever. OMFG, I don't know. Whatever.
That's pretty core hard.
Yes, He's not going for the easy one. I can't believe he agreed to that. You're the man.
And in that live stream, I posted pictures of the physique, some of which had to be blurred out, unfortunately, so that people didn't lose their dinner. But there you go.
But quite a nice physique there, actually. So
maybe you should have gone to the beach with Pim before you took those pictures. Get a little color.
Well, I've got quite a bit of tan going on there.
Oh, that's good.
But we needed a huge box to blur out the goods because obviously.
That's right. That's important.
Obviously.
Huge.
So I'm kind of curious, what does coffee come into with that, Bart?
It's gone.
Wow, no coffee either.
I'm telling you, hardcore. Hardcore.
So what'd you do with that giant toilet-sized coffee mug you drink out of?
I take a dump in it, Thomas.
Oh.
No, not really. It's in the cupboard. No coffee, nothing but animal fat, meat, water, and salt. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, Bart, do you eat much ground beef?
Yeah, some. It's not huge on my list. It's up there, but the main constituents are like beef steak, quite a lot of lamb. I really enjoy lamb.
Perfect.
Lamb chops, lamb, you know, all that kind of stuff. In third place is like pork ribs that Pim does in the slow cooker for like 18 hours or something, like whole racks, and she'll just stack them in there. Whoo, beautiful. And then ground beef would come after that, but that's in the form of burgers, because she'll make them into burgers first. So
Yeah, you know, I tried to eat ground beef there for a while, and it wasn't doing it for me. Then my friend Beth was like, "Oh, you know, have you ever tried those Angus frozen burger patties in the air fryer?" And I'm like, "No." And I've got one of the air fryers that's really, it's like a miniature convection oven. It's like a toaster oven size thing. So I tried it out, and it's actually quite good. So I was kind of excited to like be eating some ground beef in the form. I basically make like a burger with a couple pieces of bacon on top and maybe a slice of cheese. And
yeah,
it's
that's the
actually
one.
quite good. But otherwise, ground beef just was not doing it for me.
Same.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy that just by itself. I always have to have something with it because it's just bland otherwise for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, Pim's got one of those air fryer things that she uses to cook everything. You know, she got an air fryer like 6 months ago, and it's become an absolute obsession. Everything that's cooked has to be cooked in the air fryer. You know, if we're having ice cream, let me get out the air fryer. You know? Of course, we're not having ice cream anymore.
We're not having ice cream. Right.
The other thing that's gone as well, I'm not even having cream, because I was drinking all the cream I was drinking was in the coffee, and I was drinking 5 and 6 cups of massive buckets of coffee a day. So the coffee's gone, so there's no reason for the cream, so that's gone as well. Except I'd had a little bit of cream in the creamy cheese sauce that I had on my chicken breast last night.
That's okay.
So did you just go cold turkey on the coffee, or did you taper off?
Yep. Yep. Just gone. Boof.
And how was that for you?
I've had a lot of aches and pains, which I'm not sure are down to coffee entirely, because I think it's the microbiome adjusting to the change of the diet from, I was nearly carnivore and now it's completely carnivore. And even that little bit of plant-based material that was going in relatively was clearly having a massive effect. And so now I'm having a microbiome die-off, I'm quite sure, because bowel function has fallen to pieces, literally. And I've had aches and pains and muscle cramps and skin breakouts and headaches and all sorts going on. Today, as I say, about halfway through day 4, it's about the time where I'm just starting to come out of the fog, I think.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been not, yeah, and I haven't been sleeping, which I think is probably the coffee thing, because I almost got to a point where I needed a bucket of coffee to go to sleep.
To go to sleep.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. So
yeah,
there you go.
A lot of people complain about headaches when they quit caffeine.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. It's like
So
someone sticking hot needles into your eyes.
Oh, you did have that. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hey, Bart, I swear on one of your videos, you mentioned something about chasing coffee, which I know you're probably not going to do anymore, but with citric acid. Was that something you were doing? Could you go into that a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. No, it's citric acid will flush oxalate out of your system because it outcompetes the oxalate for the positive ions that the oxalate would bind to form oxalate precipitates like calcium oxalate or magnesium oxalate or whatever it is that forms the oxalate crystals. So if you chase the coffee with citric acid, that basically flushes it through and it goes out in your kidneys that day, and it doesn't accumulate in your body so much. I've also used it quite often with clients who have been eating a lot of vegetation for a long time and are having pretty serious oxalate dumping issues when they transition across. And it seems to be really effective to expedite that process as well. It redissolves the oxalate crystals and means they could flush it out in the urine. It's quite miraculous how quickly you can actually get someone to stop with that oxalate suffering. So the deal is an 8-ounce glass of water with no more than half a teaspoon of pure citric acid in it. And that will come in the form of like a white crystalline substance. Not the citrate salts that you'll get in tablet form, like magnesium citrate, calcium citrate, whatever. That's no good. You need actual pure citric acid, which, as I say, is a white crystalline powdery substance. And a lot of companies that sell them for people to make bath salts out of, actually. Just make sure you get food grade, which is 99.9% pure or something like that. And so half a teaspoon, glass of water, and you can do that up to twice a day, no more, because it's very, very acidic, and certainly no more than half a teaspoon for the same reason, because that will drag the pH of that glass of water down to nigh on zero, basically.
Really?
Yeah. It's very, very sharp. You go.
Huh.
Yeah.
Does it have a flavor to it then? Is it tangy?
Slightly citricy, maybe, purely because citrus fruit has some citric acid in it, I think. So it kind of evokes that, but no flavor per se. It's just like sharp, acidic. Yeah.
Like battery acid.
Yeah. And as strong as battery acid, really.
So you can clean your silver with it as well.
Yep. In fact, it has been used for many, many generations by workmen to clean rust off tools. Like you leave a tool out and it gets all rusty or whatever. Yeah. You put it in an ice cream container, say it's a pair of pliers or whatever, ice cream container with citric acid in it. Obviously heaps more than you'd drink, but yeah, and it just strips the rust right off leaves it shiny. It's unbelievable.
Now I'm curious. I'm gonna have to order some and mix up the mixture, measure the pH, see where it's really at, because I'm curious. And then I'm about to clean some tools with it too.
Yeah. Or you could just wheel on the tools later. No, of course, by then the pH will have been moderated by the human system. So, yeah.
Right. There is that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I wonder if we could, if you're weeing out all those oxalate crystals, if you could then turn around and do some experiment to get them to crystallize in, say, an ice cream container. That'd be interesting.
Like a crystal farm. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So as far as New Year's resolution, what is it that motivates people to want to do New Year's resolutions? I just got to ask.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of a tradition. Like, I mean, people are standing around celebrating New Year's and they go, "Oh, do you have any New Year's resolutions?" And people are like, "Well, it's a new year, fresh start. I've been thinking about X, Y, and Z," right? I mean, it's just tradition, I guess.
And it always sounds like it's about weight loss.
Well, I think it's way more shallow than that. I think it's
that's true.
So many people waking up with a hangover on January 1st. Right. And so they're just like, oh, something's got to, they have the hangover. They wake up next to someone that practically looks like they're near a body bag, and the makeup, and just it's a horrid sight sometimes, January 1st, for a lot of people. And so it's like, all right, what can I do to not end up in this same situation next year?
And they probably feel like crap too, I would think, because who doesn't after a holiday binge?
Right. The cookies, the candy, the Christmas presents, the divorce papers. I mean, it's all together, right?
Right. Yeah. It's definitely not the ham. Saying that though, I have to agree that, look, at least once a year, it is a good thing to give the body a nice little reset. What Bart is doing is an excellent, case right there. Just get the body started right for the year. if you can just do a month, do a month. World Carnivore Month is there. You've got, all the resources you can, and also the momentum. Oh, that's what I noticed. I noticed with January, there's a lot of momentum. I mean, I went to my gym yesterday and the day before, packed. People were standing outside the door. I was like, wow. Oh, sorry.
Really?
People don't have gyms. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the neighbor was just asking me. She's like, "Oh, I see you got home really late from work lately." And I'm like, "Oh, I had to stop at the gym on the way home." She's like, "The gym is open? Which gym do you go to?" And I'm like, "Don't tell anybody." It's like a big dark secret which gym is still open.
Speakeasy. They're going to turn gyms into speakeasy.
Gyms are the
I know, right?
You gotta knock on the door, and a guy opens a little window, looks around, and he wants a password. Yeah.
Have you guys actually been to a speakeasy?
No.
No, we didn't grow up in 1920.
Get fucked. Neither did I, but I've actually been to one. I've actually been to a working speakeasy in London. There's a place that the front of house, you go into this place and it's like a breakfast bar where they have tables and you go up to the counter and they genuinely do food, and you can order breakfast and whatever else and all this kind of stuff. You can get breakfast cakes or whatever you want, bacon, eggs, all of that. But if you're in the know, they don't advertise this, but if you're in the know, you say to one of the staff members, "I've come to have a word with the mayor." And that's the code.
Oh.
And if you say, "I've come to have a word with the mayor," or "I'd like to see the mayor," they say, "Certainly, follow me." And they walk up to this fridge door, and and they open the fridge door, and it's a stairwell down to this bar underneath the place where they're doing cocktails and stuff. And it's called
Cool.
something to do with Cat Town or something like that. I can't even remember what the place is called now. Crazy Cat Town, or I don't know, some bloody thing like that. But when we went there, the people that took us there didn't tell us what was going on. They just said to me, "You have to go and ask that waitress to see the mayor." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Just do it. Just ask the waitress to see the mayor." "Okay, can we please see the mayor?" And she said, "Certainly, follow me." And she's walking up to this fridge, and I'm like, "What the hell's going on here?" Opens the door. Like, oh, right then. So there you go. Complete aside, I know, but a story I had to share.
What an experience. Are you kidding? That would have been cool.
There's actually several of them in LA that one of them I know for a fact has been around since Prohibition. So, and it's called like the King Edward something or other. And it's in a basement somewhere, and you got to know, but it's open legally now, but it's been in continuous operation. And I know that there's a couple in Vegas too, right?
I think so.
I've never been to one in Vegas, but one of my buddies is just there. Still went to one. They said it was fantastic because they do all that sort of Prohibition era mixology. So you try all these drinks from back in the day when everybody got crappy booze. God,
it's amazing. I can't drink alcohol, so we have to talk about it.
Isn't that amazing?
Well, I mean, if the vegans and the food, plant people get their way, meat, butchery is going to be like the Speakeasy or whatever,
Yeah.
Going to the butchery, you have to go underground in a basement to get a steak. What a sad world, but we'll do it, right? If that's what we got to do to get our steaks, then
I'd sooner stand up on the street and fight, frankly, Justin. I really would. For my right to eat the way that human beings should eat and to live the way human beings should live. Maybe it's my military side coming through, but I would sooner stand toe to toe and fight anyone that wants to try and stop me.
Are you a militant carnivore, Bart?
I'm actually a militant libertarian, really, underneath it all. Yeah,
I love it.
And I've I've been a proud libertarian all my adult life, really. So I just can't help myself.
I am myself, so
I am also.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
we all are.
I think
I
that's
didn't
a
want to
carnivore-
speak for these two guys,
Must be a
but I'm
carnivore
pretty
thing.
sure they were too. So
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how we find each other out there in the world?
it
And
is.
happen
isn't
to
it?
have the same type of diet. Yes, it is funny, isn't it? Yes.
So, Justin, do you have any New Year's resolutions, or you got any people you're coaching on New Year's resolutions or anything like that?
I mean, not formally coaching. I mean, just kind of bugging people on social media and things like that. As far as myself, social or New Year's resolutions, how about to remember the words I'm trying to say and speak those actual words instead of saying something completely different? That'd be a good New Year's resolution.
How's that going for you so far?
Right. Like, yeah, it's,
Justin, did you have?
maybe I'm shooting a bit. No coffee today. That's the problem. See, I start drinking coffee and Bart's quit coffee, so I'm completely mixed up.
Justin can't handle his caffeine, so
I cannot. No, I'm like a child with
Yeah.
caffeine.
even with the tea, he's wound up like, oh.
I'm just on a really good run. Like I honestly am. I'm working out regularly. I'm having really no issues staying carnivore so long as you keep that Parat beer away from me. I do okay. And then going. I'll be 2 years in April. So yeah, I'm just on a really good streak. So like I don't know. Yeah, I have no New Year's resolutions really because I'm in my perfect form, and so yeah, there's nothing that except the occasional coffee, being single, and spending too much, spending $150 on a pair of pants, maybe.
Is that what the leather
what?
strap masters cost you? Is like $150?
Tell you what, Justin, I could sign you up for my organization, and then you could get issue kit, and then it's all issued for you.
Really?
Oh, it makes picking out the outfit in the morning so much easier, right, Bart?
That's right. Yes. However, you will have to learn to take orders. And there'll be no hiding in the trenches to eat our steaks. We're going to do it ostentatiously. Yes. Carry on.
Ray, how about you, man? You got any New Year's commitments, or you surge in coaching, people looking for New Year's resolution support, or what?
Huge surge in coaching, and now that I've developed my new coaching plan, which Bart is a great example of right now. So it's been very successful. So yeah, I am very focused on the coaching. And I'm going to do the alternate day one meal, which I've never done before. So Bart, I'm actually embarking you in something that I've actually never done before. So that's actually poor coaching on my part. Thank you for that, though.
Hey, if you're going to pick a human guinea pig, it should be Bart.
Yes. And that I have been doing the alternate day fasting since 2019. So I'll do that for 6 months out of the year. And of course, I'll be doing this alternate day, one meal a day for at least 6 months. At the last 3 months of that 6 months, I will add in an extra 60 hours a week on that, which that's what I've typically done in the past. So, I'm going to get real shredded and real muscular. And that's how I do it. It's simple. Really, the fasting really shreds you. The meat's very important at that point too. So eating quality meat at that point is hugely important because you're not eating often. So you got to make it all count.
So what's going to be your go-to meal, Ray, for your once a day?
Ribeye, if I can help, bone-in ribeye, but Costco only carries that rarely.
Yeah. And so you're trying to get And so are you going for like 2 pounds? Sometimes that's like a ribeye and a half, or like what? Like if you had to make it numerical, or just one? I mean, I don't know. I know I can out eat probably everyone on the screen, but like, you know, if I were supposed to do one meal a day, I'd probably be eating like 2 steaks in that one meal and like a cup of milk and maybe a few eggs.
So I did 2.5 pounds. Today I actually had leftover eggs from my kids, which I don't want to, but my wife was like,
your kids are laying eggs? You must be so proud.
So, and a little bit of bacon, which I'm like, you know, really disappointed that even I had to eat that. But that's okay. It was very little, so that was not a big deal. But I didn't finish my ribeye. That's the part that I don't like. So I had probably half a pound left. So I probably ate 2 pounds today. So I didn't eat like I should have. And also, since I don't salt, the bacon and the eggs had salt. So that's another thing that I'm going to have to contemplate. So hopefully I can convince my wife to eating the kids' leftovers from here on. And that way I don't have to worry about that part of it and just eat my ribeye and be done with it.
So you still just buying the ribeye roasts?
Yes, only ribeye roast. That's all I do. Yeah. Yeah.
And are you going to try and throw in some raw in there too? Are you doing raw?
No. I only play with raw during my OMAD times. I know that sounds strange, but you know, one challenge at a time. That's how I see it. So, but it is simple for me. So I'm meat only through the end, mostly ribeye. It's probably going to be majority ribeye. There's going to be little slip ups, which I don't really care. But you know, I'm mainly focusing that on one meal every other day part.
Yeah, that works really well for a lot of people.
Yeah, that rolling 48, it is magical that I've seen on like Cole Robinson's and stuff. I'm like, wow, just amazing the way it looks. I can't wait to see what happens to Bart. That's gonna be nice. Yeah.
Do you think my blur will get even bigger?
There, you never know. That's right.
Well, Kelly Hogan and Steak and Butter Gal were talking about how eating raw milk or raw dairy made their boobs grow. So who knows, Bart? Maybe.
Okay.
My boobs will grow.
All righty. Then. On that note, I'm not sure if I can let this continue.
Yeah, we're getting a little X-rated here, but okay. Or at least R-rated.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Dad.
Well, YouTube doesn't want you to have too much fun.
That's right.
Or indeed any at all.
Thanks for the overlords.
Yes. So everybody, eat your vegetables and fruit. Don't eat meat.
Right.
Stay inside. Don't talk to each other. Don't breathe on each other. Don't touch each other. Be afraid. Remain afraid at all times. And don't forget, we can come and get you and take you to a concentration camp whenever we feel like it.
It's for your safety.
Yes. It is for your safety.
Yeah, that's crazy how down under they're tracking people there in New Zealand, and once you've been associated with somebody who's tested positive, they can just come to your house and grab you.
Yeah.
It is. Wait. It is on our emergency also in the Georgia's governor emergency rules. I read it, so they can do that here in Georgia also.
I wouldn't be surprised if they could do it in California. I haven't heard of it, but
Right.
this is like one of the more.
Check out the emergency rules. You'll see.
Well, I mean, they don't even need any rules in California for them to do that. I mean, what do you?
Right.
Have you been to this state?
No, not enough. Not enough.
I mean, we love it here, the Golden State, right? We got the rivers and the mountains,
Awesome weather.
and desert, and ocean.
Wow.
Well, depends on your
always complain-
definition of
You guys
awesome.
always complain how hot it is, but I'm like, man, I wish it was hot right now. Jeez. So
It was actually nice today for once.
there you go. See.
Oh, we can't all live in a nice house along the Chattahoochee River in
Still cold.
Georgia,
Still cold.
right down the street from all the zombies.
That's right. That's right. All the Biden sign. Oops, did I say that out loud? Sorry. I don't want to demonetize your channel.
I was talking about the Walking Dead filming there.
Oh, right. Yeah, that. I'm sorry. Right. That's what I was talking about too. Whoops.
Freudian slip. They can
Yeah.
forgive you.
Nice.
Well, do you guys have anything else you want to throw in before we wrap this up?
What about you?
What's your New Year's resolution, Tom?
Yeah, Tom.
What are you going to change? What are you doing?
You know what I learned from the whole COVID lockdown is like I was really doing well at the gym last year. So I started back in towards the end of 2019 and well into 2020. I was having a great time at the gym. I was working out almost every day, at least 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and really enjoying it. And then when they shut the gyms down, I kept those challenges going with Justin and BNS and stuff like that. And Ray, we were doing push-ups and stuff all the time, and push-ups, squats, stuff like that, and that went pretty good for a while. And then somewhere in there I fizzled. Actually, what took the wind out of me was I tried fasting, and I had some serious knee pain and I didn't feel good. And I was like, So.
And then you kind of caught like a cold, if I remember right.
Oh, that's right. I got a sore throat or something.
Yeah, that's right.
So then I was like, after that, I never really got back in the swing of doing the push-ups and stuff like that. But now,
plus it was 115.
That's right. It was really hot.
Does it really make you want to do push-ups in 115 outside?
Yeah, it was hot for sure, and we're all stuck at home and everything. But now I have access to a gym again, so I'm hitting it as much as possible. Of course, the holidays made it a little crazy, but. So with this long weekend, I actually been able to go to the gym quite a bit. When I left there last night, there was only one other person in there. So it's been kind of unrestricted, unfettered access to the gym, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's kind of it. That and just, just staying disciplined and just trying to keep my head in the game. And, maybe I might start doing more coaching again, so I'm getting a few requests here and there, but I'm working on that website and some of those other projects to kind of help expand the carnivore community, really. So that's kind of more my commitment is just getting back, spending more time in the gym and expanding carnivore presence on the internet.
There you go.
So.
Ooh, I know my New Year's resolution. Just remembered it. It's the same one I do after 2019 that I did for 2020. Do not get hit by a car.
That's a good New Year's resolution.
Sound advice.
A worthy goal.
For boys and girls of all ages.
Don't get hit by the car.
Been there, done that. I do not recommend. 3 out of 10.
I think Bart, did you say something about not getting eaten by a shark or something like that?
Yeah, not getting eaten by a shark would be my plan. That doesn't appeal at all to actually be somebody else's dinner, not so much.
Fair enough.
That's right.
All right.
Eat the shark.
Well, gentlemen, happy New Year, and it's good seeing you guys. And
And happy New Year to our fans. Thank you for watching us. Thanks for sticking with us. We've been doing these for a year now. So if you've been sticking around since episode 1, give yourself a pat on the back, or you can pat a bat. That's fine as well if that's what you're into. And yeah, we congratulate you. We really do this for you guys. Drop comments, you know where to find us. Drop, ideas, for future shows. What do you guys, how do you want us to take this show going forward? What would you want to see? You want to see more Bart, less Tom, more me, of course, and a little less Raymond. We know. But yeah, wedding suggestions, of course, and hey, if you want us to throw a little money our way to get that sound quality up a little bit, or maybe a little more visuals, whatever, we're here to serve you. That's the point. But we love you.
Inviting more of the crowd back, so maybe we won't get Pim on before too long, and I think Becky and Lisa, and I'm going to reach out to Nevada and Sean maybe, and guys, Charmaine, all our pals, get all our pals back on. Hopefully we'll see Emily before too long.
Hopefully Emily
back in here. So maybe even find Buffalo Joe. dust him off. Haven't seen him in a while. So
Right.
yeah. So hopefully this year we'll see more of our carnivore pals on here, maybe some new faces too.
Agreed.
Awesome. Good plan. Carry on. Dismissed.
All right. Well, thanks again. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to send links to people out there who might enjoy it or benefit from it. Leave us comments on YouTube. So thanks again, everybody. Eat some meat, feel better, and whatever you do, don't fall down.
Fall down the carb hole.